This is Boise Fruit, and today it's March 26th, 2021, and today I'm going to do a tasting video on the Ronde de Bordeaux fig. It is a potted tree in my greenhouse, and some of the figs are starting to come ripe, so I'm going to go over there, grab one of those figs, and then taste it, and give you my overall impressions for that piece of fruit. So let's go check it out over there. So this is the Ronde de Bordeaux fig. I've had this tree for about 4 years, although until I had the greenhouse, it would die back because I'd leave it outside or something would happen. But now, of course, it's growing much better now that it's in a greenhouse and has consistent warm temperatures. I think I have 2 close to ripe figs on there, one that's definitely ripe. So let's go check out that fig. So here is the Ronde de Bordeaux fig that is ripe. I'm going to pick it. It feels pretty soft to me. It probably could stay out for another day if you wanted to get a little more dehydrated and sweeter. But I don't mind it when it's a little bit on the plumper side. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this and then go over to the cutting board and cut it open. So here is a closer view of the Ronde de Bordeaux fig. Hopefully you can see the detail and see that it has a nice red color. It looks really jammy and nice. So I'm looking forward to tasting this and seeing what kind of flavor it has. One thing to note is that I do water these figs a lot. That kind of gives them a more full texture and eating experience. I noticed that if you don't water them as much, you get really small, intensely sweet, but very small fruit. So I like to water them pretty consistently, probably every day in the greenhouse. And that gives me slightly bigger fruit. Even though these all are small, I do notice that that improves it a little bit, at least the size. The trade-off is maybe it's not quite as sweet, but I'm okay with that. I prefer a slightly bigger fruit that's maybe 10 or 20% less sweet than a super intensely flavored small piece of fruit that might be a little bit shriveled. So that's just my personal preference. Let's give it a shot. Let's taste it. So I'm going to try the piece that's on the right hand side. That's very nice. It's got a sweet flavor. I don't know quite how to explain the flavor of a fig, but there is like berry undertones, I suppose you could say, some sort of complexity that's hard to describe. It's definitely better than like a brown turkey fig. It's not as good as some of the very best figs I've had, like the Col des Dents Blanc or even the Strawberry Verte, or some of the, I tend to like the green figs a little bit more than these guys, but this is a very good fig. I would have no problem eating 10 of these right now if that was possible. So this is a very nice fig. Let me take one more bite. The skin is soft. It's got nice seed crunch. It's got a little bit of, I don't want to say acidity, but it has some sort of tartness to it a little bit of sourness that might be coming from the skin. I'm not really sure, but it gives it a really nice flavor. So my overall impressions of this fig is that I would give it maybe an 8 out of 10, maybe even 8.5 out of 10. It's a very nice fig. And if you don't have this variety, I highly recommend getting it just because it's the earliest, has good flavor, and there's really nothing not to like about it. So this is Boise Fruit. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.